All right, hi guys. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try anyway. I've been asked to do a tutorial of how I mark my jewelry on my Glowforge. So that's what I'm gonna try to do for you today. So the first thing I'm gonna do is show you my blank. This is my silver bar that I'm using. It's silver plated stainless steel. It's on an 18-inch chain, and it's a really nice, solid, heavy piece. I'm really happy with this. It's beautiful. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray this with a marking spray because, as you probably already know, you can't just engrave on your Glowforge. You need to use something like this. I don't know which. This is Cermark. It's a tiny bottle because the stuff is really expensive. So what I do is, because the bed of the Glowforge is so dark, it'll be easier for my lens to find the surface that I want to engrave if I put it on a white piece of paper. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on a white piece of paper, and then I'm gonna coat with Cermark. I'm going to engrave two sides to this necklace. You could probably hear my dog. Sorry about that. She's playing with her toy in the background. I'm gonna see if I can get you guys a little closer to me. There we go. That's better. Okay, so I'm gonna engrave on two sides, on the front of the bar and on the side. So I'm gonna tape this down just because I don't want it to move as much as possible when I'm engraving. It also helps not so that I don't get the Cermark on the actual chain. This thing does have some fumes, so it might be something you want to spray outside. But this is, again, Cermark. It's black laser marking spray. I've heard that there's other colors of sprays and things, but this is the first thing I've tried, and this is what I'm using right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray, coat my item, and I'm also coating the side that I'm planning to mark. That's not the front, so I coated the front and the side. The other side probably got some overspray as well, which is fine. It's not gonna hurt anything, but it wasn't necessary for me. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this spray dry. The bottle says that you should, says that you should let it dry for 30 seconds. Well, it doesn't say how long you should let it dry. But I'm probably gonna let it sit for about 10 to 20 minutes. It usually depends what the weather looks like outside. So I'm just gonna sit this down over here, and I'm going to let it dry. And I'll be right back because I'm gonna go take you over to my computer next to show you how I'm designing in the software and preparing my file. Okay, so now I'm back at my computer, and I just want to show you guys how I set up my file. Basically, I have my design already in. I use Silhouette Studio Business for the most part to do this type of work. And I've got my this one's gonna go in the front, the jade and the moon, and then the levy to the moon and back is going to go on the side. And so my file is set up So I'm gonna go ahead and save it to my probably just my download, which it's already in there, but and then I'm gonna pull up my Glowforge app, and I'm going to go ahead and open up a new dashboard. We're gonna upload it from a file, select my download, and right now it's thinking about it and uploading. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, right now there's just like a round on my Glowforge. I have to wait until I set in my necklace. So I'm gonna go ahead and check on the Cermark and see if that's ready to go. And if it is, then I will load the necklace into the Glowforge, and then we can go about and I'll show you what settings I use. Okay, so you can see that it's pretty dry here. It's probably okay for me to put it in. I don't know. We'll find out. I'll be honest in that I don't know what the exact how long you're supposed to let it dry, but it looks dry to me, and it is dry to the touch, so that's good enough for me. It's always worked for me in the past. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the Glowforge now. Okay, so I put it into the Glowforge, and I just put it directly in. I did not remove the crumb tray or anything. And what I'm doing right now is I'm blowing up the image as much as I can because it helps me to be able to see better for placement. And since I believe I said I was going to do the moon and stars on the front, I'm going to move the wording off to the side there. And I'm going to work with this. I'm going to probably break this up into 2 pieces so that I can place them where I want them properly. And I'll be honest, it's going to be kind of hard to see really tiny like that. But I don't even know if you guys can see that, it's so small. So I'm just going to try to position it the best that I can, being as I'm zoomed in at 1,000 right now. I'm going to bring in the name. I'm going to scale that down. And see where we're going to put that at. And I want it more towards the bottom of the bar instead of the top. It's just obviously personal preference for you, but this is kind of where I want to place mine. It looks pretty good to me. You guys can't even see that because my screen is so shiny. But I'm gonna zoom out and you can probably see it a little better when I zoom out. Oh, I turned off the light and you can see it a little better now. So I'm gonna zoom back in really quickly so you can see where I placed it. Okay, and this is on the front. This is on the front of the bar, so this is gonna be on the front. And the settings I'm going to use is I use the black iPhone settings, HD Engrave. That's just what I have had success with. And I'm going to check my placement. I'm going to set the focus. A lot of times that will cause me to have to reposition my design, which is fine. I just want to make sure before I hit go. So it's still focusing. I don't have the premium subscription, so everything kind of goes a little slowly. As you probably know if you don't have the premium subscription either. It's still focusing. Can you believe it? It's fine. Okay, it's ready now. So with that, I can kind of see that my design looks good. It just looks a little bit low to me, so I'm just going to raise it up a little bit and hope for the best. Really, that's all I can do. So I want to go ahead and zoom out, and I need to get this text here off of my laser bed screen, otherwise it's going to go ahead and go through the motions of engraving that, and I don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm preparing the print, and I'm going to take you over to the Glowforge so that you can see how it does over there. So it says that it's going to take 53 seconds for this engrave. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the print button and let's watch it while it goes. Okay, here we are at the Glowforge. Don't mind my mess, but I'm gonna go ahead and push the blue button. And I'm gonna come back after a while. I don't want you to have to watch this for the full 53 seconds. Well, maybe it's not so bad. We're already 34 seconds in. It's looking pretty good to me. I'm really happy with the placement. Okay, so it appears that the engrave went well, although I really won't see until I pull it out and clean it. But I'm setting up the second engrave right now. That's the part that's gonna go on the side. And that looks pretty good to me. Let's see how long that's gonna take. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and run this, and I'm gonna bring it back over here, and I'm going to show you how it looks as I clean it off. Okay, so I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I took it off of the stand so that I could show you a little better. This is what the mark looks like. If you can see this. It's upside down, of course. Huh. Oh my gosh, who gave me a camera? Okay. And then I have not yet removed this engrave, so I'm going to do that one next.